What's up YouTube, That's here, bringing you guys another VGC 2015 replay. We're continuing the premiere challenge I recently made top cut in with Aegislash, Zorark, Kangaskhan, and Milotic. We're going off against Amari Travis, otherwise known as Badintent, a VGC player who's been with the scene I think since like 2010. So, very seasoned player, has won multiple events, did great in 2014, pretty good in 2015 as well, so definitely like a household name in VGC. And this first game, this is going to be round 3, is going to show off what happens when Zorark doesn't work. You can see I'm leading Aegislash Zorark. Zorark's going to be disguised as Milotic, and the reason why I like bringing Zorark right now, or at least for this tournament, was because Focus Blast with Choice Specs usually one-shots King if it can make contact. It's a 70% accuracy move, and you're pretty much flipping a 70% chance to win the game right there. And this is going to show off what happens when it doesn't work. So, like I said, this is round 3. I'm 2-0 right now, going up against Badintent. And I really do like this lead for me. One of the best things to do is to lead Aegislash with a Zorark in your team, because every single time if they know how Zorark works, they're going to think, oh, obviously Zorark's your ghost type, that covers Zorark's weaknesses. And we're going to see him try and go for that play this game. So first turn of the game, he's obviously going to go Mega with his Kangaskhan, because he wants to take out my Zorark. And, well, I go for it. I mean, I totally go for it. I go for the Focus Blast from my Milotic. It would have one-shotted his Kang, but I miss, and this just shows how Zorark can lose you a game automatically. I get one-shotted from a Zapdos Thunderbolt. Just not super effective, nothing, just one-shotted. I'm gone. No crit. Zorark is gone, and he went for a double edge with my Aegislash because he thought it was Zorark. But, you can pretty much see, like, I was about to just turn my game off, but I was like, no, I'm saving these replays because I wanted to upload them all. So, Zorark's gone. I missed the Kang. I mean, if I KO'd the Kang and still went down, I would have been in a great spot because I would have still had my Kang. The score would have been even, but he would have been at half on a Zapdos and down a Mega. So I would have definitely been ahead at that point in the game. But like I said, you risk everything when you go for that Focus Blast on the Kang. And I was debating whether or not even to go for that type of play because, I mean, it's so risky. But I went to this tournament with the idea of using Zorark in mind, so that's why I went for it. It's like I'm not going to go drive to a tournament that's like 2 hours away and not bring what my team is supposed to do. I guess so. You gotta have a little bit of balls to go for the Zorark plays. Anyways, back to this game. Like it's already over. I'm pretty much just gonna run next turn. I mean, you see his Kang's pretty much beating out my Kang because he Mega'd first. The turn before he was already Mega. So there's like no way I can really come back from this. And another reason being Aegislash Milotic lead is really risky. Is if you lead Aegislash, that's great against like Thunder, or sorry, not Tornadus Law, obviously. It's Aegislash is great against Landorus, but if he like leads with it and goes for the Intimidate and doesn't see your Milotic Rocket's competitive, he's gonna know that's a Zorark immediately. So I took a big risk this game, and I lost. That's pretty much how it goes. Since this is a really short battle, though, I mean, who wants to watch just like a 3-minute video? That's pretty bad. We're gonna do the 4th round. I mean, we might as well, right? Because that game was really, really short. So we're going to search by code, and I have the second code right here. WLGW. 1, 2, 3, 4 W's. WW. There's so many W's in these things, it's ridiculous. There's like, probably like almost 10 W's in here. Alright, so this is going to be round 4. I'm now 3-1. Amari has gone up to being undefeated at 4-0. And I'm going up against Antho, who's using Trick Room, using Camerupt, Gastrodon, Scrafty, and Cresselia. I'm going to lead off with Zorark disguised as Talonflame, Kangaskhan, Aegislash, and obviously there's a Talonflame. I brought Zorark because Zorark is great against Cresselia, and we know he's going to be leading with it. Kangaskhan's great against Trick Room, it's my Mega, I should just bring it. Aegislash is great in a Trick Room, and Talonflame. Priority moves are never bad, especially if everything's slow. So we're just going to start things off, get ready to it. This is round 4. From the premiere challenge that well, you guys already know I made top. I've said it like a million times. So anyways, Cresselia and Scrafty are going to be the leads from my opponent. Pretty standard stuff. He's just trying to go for a fake-out Trick Room lead. Not too much to see here. We lead Talonflame, Kangaskhan, and one of the cool things about Zorark is he doesn't really ever know where Zorark is. It could be Kang, it could be Talonflame, I could not have even brought it. So it's a bit of a guessing game for my opponent, and sometimes you just like to watch him squirm, you know, I mean, that's some of the best part is when you watch them try and make a play that makes no sense. But anyways, we're just going to keep it standard here. We're just going to fake out the Scrafty because we don't want him to fake out my Talonflame or, you know, Drain Punch my or Kangaskhan or anything like that. we see he tried to fake out me back, and we just go for a big Choice Specs Night Days. Remember, we one-shotted a Gothitelle early in the tournament. Not going to be able to one-shot Cresselia. I didn't know if I was going to get the one-shot or not, so didn't get the one-shot. He gets Trick Room up, so I would say right off the bat, I'm pretty behind. And we see Cresselia go for a Helping Hand on Scrafty, and I'm expecting like a big Drain Punch, but he goes for a Rock Slide with Scrafty, actually missing on Zoroark. And, I mean, he's going to make contact with my Kang, but he flinches my Kang, so I think we're even. You know, missing on Zoroark, flinching on Kang. The hacks are definitely evened, but I do get a pickup KO on his Cresselia, and I'm really happy to get that KO on Cresselia because it means he can't Moonlight to potentially get out of KO range. So he brings Gastrodon in here. I'm currently sitting on this board with two Pokemon that are weak against fighting moves, and I switch up my Kang. I feel that Kang is a lot more valuable than Zoroark since I'm locked into Night Days anyways. I switch it in for Aegislash as he goes for a Scald on my Talonflame. Zoroark not picking up the KO, almost picking it up, but I mean, this is the third Night Days that I've gotten a chance to fire off. In a Trick Room, he's just completely ignoring my Specs Zoroark as we see the Gastrodon go for a Citrus Berry, restoring 30% of its health. So I think that if I can wait out this Trick Room, I got a shot at winning this game. He decides to withdraw his Scrafty here. I think he should have probably kept it in, but he felt this was a good time as any to switch in Camerupt, trying to make the most of his last few turns of Trick Room. As I switch out Zoroark, I didn't want to just eat a Drain Punch or Scald or anything. I decided to come with Talonflame. I know I can eat any attack he decides to switch him with, and he goes for a Protect, which is great for me. Whenever people Protect in their own Tailwind or Trick Room, I feel that that's just great because it's waiting out their own thing. They're waiting out their own like weather or Trick Room for me, so it's just generally helping me out. So we're going to see Camerupt go Mega, gains the Sheer Force ability, going to make sure moves like Heat Wave and Earth Power do 1.3 more damage. Pretty good stuff here, as Aegislash is going to play defensive, and Talonflame is going to try to pick up a KO on the Gastrodon. There's the King Shield. I probably could have wide guarded, but I just wanted to be 100% safe in case he wanted to go for an Earth Power, because this is obviously the real Talonflame. Like, if I were him at this point, I would go Scald on the Talonflame and just Earth Power the Aegislash, but that's just me. So I'm playing super safe here, and I mean, I'm going to eat a Heat Wave for it. And note that we see Heat Wave here over Eruption. It's pretty big that we see Heat Wave here, because you don't ever really see both, which is pretty important. So Trick Room is going to end. Dimensions have gone back to normal as his last Pokemon, Scrafty, comes out. Remember, I still have all 4 of my Pokemon. And, like I said, he has Heat Wave over Eruption, so I'm like, alright, well, I win. I mean, I can just do whatever I want this turn. He Fake Outs my Talonflame. That's fine, it's no big deal. But this is where I mess up. This is the turn where I screw it up. His Camerupt's actually slower than my speed-reduced Aegislash with 0 speed IVs. I don't know how. I mean, I guess it's just super slow as well. But I was expecting to eat a Heat Wave, activate my weakness policy, and one-shot the Scrafty. He actually decides to go for Eruption this turn. He has Eruption and Heat Wave. I'm pretty sure I would have just lived the Heat Wave even in offensive stance because I'm super bulky on my Aegislash, but I lose 2 Pokemon for free that turn. It's up to Zoroark and Kang to grind this one out. There's the Kang right there, and remember, Zoroark isn't even at full, it's like at 30 HP. But Trick Room's gone, so I feel like I'm okay. So, last 2 Pokemon come in for both of us, and I just pop a big Night Days off on that Camerupt. Want to weaken the potential from Eruption as we actually get an accuracy drop from the Night Days, which is pretty cool. It's one of the advantages of using Night Days over Dark Pulse. And Kangaskhan is going to be able to finish off Scrafty with a Double Edge. Note that I split my targeting just in case he wanted to go for weird Protects with any of these guys. And he decides to go for the Eruption here. And this is where I think he threw it. I mean, it's obvious I was going to be attacking that slot, and maybe he wanted to get the big KO if I ignored the Camerupt. But I think he should have went with Heat Wave, because Heat Wave would have just done a lot more damage, and if it crit on my Kang, he would have just won the game right there. I mean, lucky for me, he went for the Eruption over the Heat Wave. I just think Heat Wave would have done a lot more damage since he wasn't nearly at full anymore. Let me know in the comments below if you guys think that that's right, if you think he should have Heat Waved or Eruption there. But that was round 4 against a pretty good Trick Room team. I think I threw early on, because like I said, I had never really seen this guy before at my Premier Challenge. I didn't know if he was that good. He was currently 2-1 as well, so he had a decent score. But I probably should have just Fake Outed and Night Days the Cresselia, and potentially just lost my Kang, because he can't do anything without the Trick Room, and then I would have just still had Zoroark on the board, Night Daysing everything. I could have sent out, you know, Talonflame from there and just pretty much pick things off one at a time. So I guess I potentially misplayed a little bit. I let him get the Trick Room up, but other than that, I feel I played pretty solidly. Other than that turn by fodder, my Aegislash to the Eruption and Heatwave Camerupt. So thank you guys for watching these games. We're going into the last round next time, and then we're going to go make into Top Cut after that. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys got any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.